welcome to today's Value Talk, ladies and gentlemen. And today we'll talk about job opportunities and we'll talk about exploring Africa as a job opportunity. I am not going to talk about any specific job opportunity. I'm not going to talk about that. But yes, how is Africa as a job opportunity? And in one single sentence, it is very provided you are at the right. So if somebody is wanting to hear that only, they can leave right now. But before there are too many things when we talk about Africa. There are many things which one should, check. And I keep seeing in various groups, somebody has got किसी को कहीं से job offer आई है and they are inquiring. And I know कि मुझे पता होता है कि वो job offer जो है वो fake है या वो इस लायक नहीं है कि किसी को जाना चाहिए. Some of them are very good also. लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं they don't know कि African job market के semantics हैं क्या. So we will talk about this in a very broad sense, and we will also try and list certain companies जो कि जहाँ पे Indian expats hire होते हैं. We'll try and talk about certain recruiters also, so that you have a fair amount of idea and you can then do more research about it. Fair enough. So आज का जो I'll keep adding people because people are coming in between. So today's agenda is one is कि how is African job market? What is unique about it? Then we'll talk about what is the security environment there, how safe is it, because बहुत सारे लोगों का ये concern रहता है कि whether it is safe to work there, whether Nigeria is safe, Kenya is safe or not, वगैरह वगैरह. Then what are the skills which are valued other than the skills which are valued everywhere? What are those extra skills if you have got a job in Africa or if you're looking for a job in Africa? What are those extra skills? We will also talk about what you should check before joining, or if you got an offer, or if you're applying. So, what all you should check before actually landing in Africa. Then is what are the main industries and what is the salary structure. I think whatever common points, common doubts which everyone has, we are going to talk about almost everything. Time is only half an hour, and after half an hour, I'll take some questions. And at dot 8:30, I will call it quits because I am invited for dinner. And okay. So I am joining you today from the city of Mau, and it's a wonderful place. Time ठहरा हुआ है यहाँ पे. It's Malgudi days. Right. What is unique about the African job market? It's exactly the same. First of all, Africa, as a continent, has got North Africa, West Africa. West Africa is slightly more population density wise. It is. And we are not talking here about South Africa. South Africa is a totally different this thing. We are talking about West Africa mainly because I have experience of West Africa. And it's a major population center in Africa. Nigeria is one of the most populous countries in African continent and has got a lot of job opportunities. Then Kenya is there in East Africa, and then you have Ghana again next to Nigeria. And thereafter, you have small countries also like Togo and Benin Republic, etc., etc. So we'll concentrate mainly on we will not talk about francophone countries here, where French is a requirement. We'll talk about mainly about Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. There's a lot of opportunities in these countries. Of course, Tanzania and Ethiopia also have a lot of opportunities. So Africa as a continent has diverse. It has got 50 plus countries, all small, choti badi sab mila ke, with multiple cultures and languages. And job market, like anywhere else, is competitive, very competitive in fact. And application process is also quite lengthy. What is valued is you should, if you are planning to land a job in Africa, then you should have a little understanding of the local job market, which we are going to talk about. What are the main industries there? What is the culture for a job there? Say, if you're talking about Nigeria, what is the culture? How are the people? Now, many people they have a lot of misconception about Nigeria as a country or Ghana or Africa as a continent. So they have too many misconceptions, which are not correct. And let me tell you, these are very good countries, good people. You have to be good. Otherwise, everything will also, you will find good people only. Fluency in English is must. You must have fluency in English because most of the population in Nigeria, Ghana, everyone speaks English. and even the maids and all those things, they also speak English, which in their language is called Pidgin English. So there is a particular style of speaking that English, but otherwise, all educated, the official language remains English. Cross cultural communication and your soft skills are very, very important. Problem solving skills are, of course, important, but your soft skills, especially how you behave, how you meet people from different nationalities, assume a lot of importance there. Small example, you wishing is the norm there. यहाँ पे आप अपनी सोसाइटी में घुसते हैं, लिफ्ट में घुसते हैं. At least I have seen in many places, you enter the lift, people look in different directions. They don't even wish each other. There, even the stranger would wish you, smile at you, nod at you. It's these small, small things which do matter there. Technical skills in IT, industries which are there mostly are IT, telecom, those plastic industry, PET bottles manufacturing, energy sector, oil sector. Then you have FMCG. Then you have food processing. I don't know whether I should call it food processing or I mean things like factories of candy making, biscuit making, and small these savories which are there. Those kind of industries, and you have infrastructure, solar. So I've already said energy. These are the main sectors which are there and which hire Indians also. Finance, a lot of demand for CAs and CFAs in case you are from the finance domain. And so finance professionals are also in a lot of demand. Security environment is, there's a misconception that these countries are not safe, and it's not without reason. There's a huge class divide, and majority of the population works very hard to earn their living, and there's a lot of poverty also. So because of that, the security situation at times for expats is, I mean, you have to be concerned. You cannot be going to every place. You cannot be going to interiors. So that kind of thing is there. But there are pockets where expats are very safe. And most of the expat population in these countries stay in those locations only, even for work and for residential purposes. So security environment is fine as long as you are in those cities. So another thing which you must check is if you are applying for a job in Africa, the thing to check is which is the location and whether that location is safe for expat or not. Otherwise, उनको जो दिखाई देता है वो डॉलर दिखाई देता है, आप नहीं दिखाई देते. They see dollar walking. So इसलिए you have to be concerned about it. But otherwise, most of the places would be safe. But if you're going to the interiors of these countries, may not be that safe. So you got to be very careful when you are applying for a job, and you have to check कि वो particular job opportunity कहाँ पे है. So like and it is the same as like in India also. We may not be going to every place. We don't venture out. And then all these countries have their own areas which are which have turbulence as far as security is concerned. Like in Nigeria, you have North Nigeria is they have the threat of Boko Haram. Now, so you should not be going to places which are in North Nigeria. So there are pockets where it is safe to work, and that is what you have to check whether where whatever job you're applying for is in those safe pockets or not. And you must check that before this thing. How to check and all, what to check. First of all, in case it is an MNC, lot of things, if it is an MNC which is offering you a job, lot of things which we talk about may be taken care of because MNCs are very careful about their employees and the safety of their employees. What you have to check is that you have to connect with, suppose you have got a job offer from a company in, say, Nigeria, then you have to connect with the employees. You must connect with the employees there. Please lower your hands. I will answer doubts during the question. So, आपको वहाँ पे पहले तो employees के साथ connect होना चाहिए. You must connect with any Indians working there in that country, if not in that particular company. Then you can connect with the people from your own country working there. Try and do the background check of that company. Many companies in these places don't pay salary on time, so the exit becomes very difficult. And this is a very, very common problem over there. What happens is that you join there, so you are told that your salary will start getting credited in third month. So now that you have uprooted from your own country and reached there, and in the third month also you get only 1 month salary. Then the next salary again withheld, and over a period of time, 5 months of salary is pending. Now you want to change, but then you think that you must get this 5 months of salary and then you will leave. And that is a very vicious cycle. And I have seen so many people getting trapped in this cycle. So there are companies which, and I have seen inquiries about these companies in so many forums, and I have been warning people, but still people do get lured and they join. But this is one thing which you must check. Another very important thing is that some of the companies they take passport in the name of document check, and again it should raise flag. There's no document check which requires your passport to be submitted to those companies. Job location, again you have to check. Be very specific, as not all areas are same from security and comfort point of view. If the security threat is not there, but you don't have any life over there, and you have food problems, etc., etc., you don't have connectivity, then again it's not a very good choice. So you have to check the job location, whether it is from security and comfort point of. So these are things one should definitely check. As far as the job opportunities, I already said that besides technology, that is IT and telecommunications, FMCG is one very big sector which are dealing with food and fast moving consumable goods, electronics and everything. That is very, a lot of jobs are there in that sector. Then oil, energy, solar, this again has got a lot of opportunities. Food processing, where you make some kind of food items, that is also a very good sector, and where at GM level a lot of people are hired. Hospital management now is coming up. That is also one sector. Doctors also have a lot of opportunities over there. And besides that, infrastructure again. Infrastructure is also one sector which has got good opportunities in these countries. Infrastructure, when I say, I'm talking about road, bridges, railways, these kind of things. Nigeria has very recently, I think they have got their metro, and their rail network is also becoming operational. Roads are being built. So that way, infrastructure is also there. L&T, Shaurya, what is that company? These companies have got presence there, and they have international players also in the infra domain. Generators market is also very big. So anybody who's from that kind of domain also stands a good chance of job opportunities. Salary structure. Okay, salary structure we'll cover in question answer session. And top recruiters, some of the recruiters which are there is, I had made a list actually, which I used to deal with. Stanton Chase was one, this thing, Stanton Chase, Blue Ship, Boyden, then Antal, then Workforce Group was there, Philip Consulting was there. No worries, Conferry was there. Conferry is a group which deals. Stanton Chase was one group, Antal is another, Philip Consulting. Then there was Adler, I think it was Adler. So I will share a list of these. I'll share a list of top recruiters who recruit for Africa. So don't worry on that. Some of the companies which are there, again, I will share a list of these companies. I'll try and share the list. As far as I'm talking only about those companies which I have seen myself having a lot of Indians and drawing decent salaries with a lot of perks, right? So you had Cable Ram Group, Chelaram Group. Now, what happens is in many of these countries in Africa, a lot of the Sindhis businessmen, they migrated long time back, 100 years back, and they have set up good business houses there, and they hire a lot of Indians. So Cable Ram and Chelaram Group are very big groups. Then Olam is there, OLAM, Olam. It is mainly into grains, wheat, etc., etc. They've got a lot of farms, and they are in all kind of job opportunities. Right from, it's a very big group, Singapore-based group, but a lot of Indians. and it is an Indian-owned group, I think. So they have jobs in IT, they have jobs in supply chain, they have jobs in business for business people, they have jobs for finance people, all domains of a business. They have got HR, they have got jobs in that. So Olam is one group, and it is a very good group, good salaries, good perks, good accommodation, everything is, and they look after their employees. So I think that is one group which you should target in case, and you should do a little bit of more research on this. Then you have Indomie, you have Indorama. Indomie is there again a food manufacturing, food processing group basically. Then you have Indorama, which is an Indian group, and they have a large presence over there. Uh, you have Aarti Group, which runs various malls by the name of Park and Shop there, these places in Ghana and in Nigeria. Then, of course, you have our own Airtel there, and a lot of steel. If you are from, if you have any experience in working in plant and machinery, that also is a very paying sector over there and a lot of demand for these people. And steel industry also has a lot of jobs in Nigeria. Then you have presence of Tech Mahindra, Tejas also in Africa, but then they would pay you from in Indian this thing only. So why over there? And so I'll try and plus there are some Polish companies in these places which are into dairy and all. I met an officer from ASC, I'm forgetting the name, and he had invited us for dinner, and his place was amazing, just by the sea. And he was into a Polish firm which was into dairy products, and they had their own food processing plant over in Nigeria and in rest of Africa. So these are some of the things. Now, which are these groups? All these groups which I named, I have seen them hiring Indian Armed Forces veterans. So that is why I named them, including Airtel. Airtel CTO was also earlier, was also a signals officer earlier, Colonel Talia. And besides that, all these, whether Olam or any other, then you have Globacom. Again, Globacom is a telecom company in Nigeria, and that also hires a lot of Indian Armed Forces officers. So the main thing which I think you also the shrimp industry, shrimp and seafood industry is also coming up there in a big way, and I have seen people working in this industry from Indian Armed Forces who were there as general manager or something else, operations manager. And besides this, you have some oil companies like Total and Shell, etc. If you have some kind of, but those would be good for only those people like who are into management, who have some MBA degree, and plus who have some IT skill or something. They may give it a try. But these are the mainly the companies which are there. The one thing which you have to make sure is that you do a thorough background check, and only then you should join any company in Africa, unless if it is a non-MNC company. If it is worldwide, world-known MNC company, then of course it's a different thing altogether. I'm talking about only the non-MNC companies, African companies, whether Indian owned or not. You have to do a thorough background check, and whether they pay on time. Otherwise, you may get into the salary trap over there.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head